Not gonna let me, are you?
No.
We're finally back. Kristen's somewhere late. Oh, here she comes. It's time for Video Chicken. Don't hit the lights. What is wrong with you? How's it going, guys? Matt here with Carolina Coops. Welcome to Video Chicken. To my left is my host, Kristen Warren.
I think this one really could be a male.
Oh, we got one that's hatching? This show is for you guys. This is the bass fiber. Y'all know chickens are the gateway drug into homesteading.
We survived with only one trip to the ER.
Coyotes are everywhere.
It's about time you show up, Matt.
Uh-huh.
It's a great straw.
It is time, finally, for Chicken Police. They defecate every 12 seconds. Is that true? Now it is officially noon because the buzzer went off.
Well, I've never counted.
Long
More
road.
coops
That's a good one with the courts and everything.
and more chickens.
Well, the math you do now, Daddy, is chicken math.
Calm down, Matt.
But-
Calm down.
Oh, yeah, but I can't hear you. I see we're live. We have finally made it back.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we completely tore the studio apart, and I set it back up at the last minute with a couple drinks the other night, thinking I'm not going to ever do the show for the rest of this year, calendar year, folks. But someone had the idea of, hey, let's do a show today.
Well,
So
we're
here we are. So it's not sounding right. Let us know how everything is sounding out there, and it could just be my headphones. So we have our sales girl in training, Amber, who's got a crash course in audio engineer. Turn my headphones up just a little bit.
Hi
And-
to all the people that are coming in.
I
And
know.
we have Ingrid here, too.
Okay, well, that was a little too loud. Just down a little bit. I'm going to get into it. I just want to make sure everything sounds good. Because when Ingrid and I tried to do a show at the last minute, it was just her and I, because
Yeah.
you decided you had to go somewhere.
Or no, that was when I was sick, I think.
And it was a cluster.
Oh,
Let's face it.
we tried so
Yeah.
hard. I felt so bad for Ingrid because she's like, it's not going to work. It's not, and she was so
yeah,
mad
and then
at
I
me.
put my face on camera, and it was a cluster.
Everyone loves your face on camera.
Well,
We like to see you.
thank
Yes.
you. Well, Non says it sounds good on Facebook, and Mike on YouTube says it sounds good to him.
Perfect. What we're having problems with today is our lighting. My God, I put the lights back the way they should, and we look awful. So we're going to have to make some adjustments there. But anyways, welcome to Video Chicken. I'm glad you guys are already here. Sorry we've been gone for so long. It's really probably going to be my fault. We're going to talk about that today. So I don't know if we have a premise. Is that the right word for today's show?
Topic?
Topic.
A topic, but we do got a lot of things I want to talk about. I got some things.
Chicken chat.
I got some things I got to get off my chest.
Matt chat.
We need to update people with a lot of things, and I really want to figure out if we could do a poll. I have an idea on making final decisions around here.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, hence. So Non got this for me.
Oh, is this for the proclamation?
For the proclamation. Because what people don't see, I wish we would record our company meetings, our staff meetings.
No, God,
It's
no.
bad enough the first time.
Yeah.
That's not very nice. So we're gonna get into Video Chicken.
And I think it was my idea to have them.
well,
Can I retract that?
and then I had
No,
to
it's-
ask.
They're necessary.
No, they are. They are. We can fine tune that though. There's an art to meetings, I think.
All right, so check Ingrid's level. She might have to be brought up just a little bit, or she's not talking into the mic well. So
It's just when they go so long.
bring number 3 up with the fader just a little bit. We got to make sure everyone hears Ingrid.
Because I have things to say.
Mike,
We all have things to
that's
say.
that's already better. And you'll see the levels, Amber, as you know that shouldn't lie to you. And of course, the end all be all is if you go back out and check the monitor speakers. Anyways, so.
Mike says we need some tanning color.
We-
I'm looking a little
right.
green. I'm not really that green.
No. Did you? She was. Her lighting was good, and then something happened.
Oh, I tripped on the.
No, but it was good
the
before
light.
that.
I can't wait to watch the playback of that one. This light.
I was trying to dive into my seat.
All right, we're going to have to just live with this because we have a lot to say, and people don't want to hear us adjusting lights.
Oh, bringing the brightness down. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, Welcome back, Video Chicken. Thank you,
Yes.
everyone that's joining us. Today is, I dropped the monitor down.
It's December 2nd.
December 2nd, 2022. We are live in Creedmoor, North Carolina. I don't think I've even been outside yet. Well, except for my
It's a
little
beautiful
commute
day here.
It's freezing.
Wait,
love
what?
the weather in North Carolina. Welcome
sunny.
back, Kristen. How
Thank
was
you.
Europe, real quick?
I went to southern France.
I didn't ask. I asked how it was.
It was wonderful.
You and I always have this problem. I ask you, how are things going? You start telling me what
yeah,
you're doing. I
those
said,
what words, all the question words. I just lump them all.
Did you
into
have
one.
fun?
Yes, I had fun.
I think
thanks.
it's because women are more like we give more detail. Guys just like, how was it?
Now,
And
if
she's
I
like,
make
it was
a-
very nice. Thank you
what
very
happens
much.
if I make
No,
a
it's
sexual
just-
discrimination
it's not
comment?
it's not a discrimination. It's between men and women. Like Sean will ask me something, and I give all these details. He's
My
like,
mind is exploding right now.
it's not it's just the way our minds work are different, and
Yeah.
I think women tend to. Give
I don't
more
think we're
detail.
allowed to talk about that anymore. Of
course we are.
No, oh God, I feel so weird. I feel like there's nails being driven into my brain right now. You're probably right, Ingrid. I know you're right.
I'm always right.
But so welcome back from Europe. I hope you had a
Thanks.
fun time. That's one
I
of the,
did. Thank you.
I refuse to do the show without you because it's just not the same. And
And then you guys got sick.
yeah, and then you want to do the show without Ingrid. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it without
Oh,
Ingrid.
that was just a possibility the day after Thanksgiving.
Not going to happen. So I'm glad you made it back safely. I was a little
Thank you.
worried that you go overseas and you just never know what's going to happen.
She might love the south of France and live there.
Well, someone does, but we're not going to talk about that right now. And then Ingrid, I haven't seen you in, what, a year?
It's not that long.
It felt like it.
But we chat on the FaceTime.
We do. We chat a lot. It's not quite the same than seeing you in person. So I
No,
thank
thank
you
you.
so much coming in last minute for today's show. And again, we're like, well, what are you going to do? Here's what's going on, folks.
I didn't even know you were still here.
Exactly. So I'm going to fill people in what's going on. And I'm going to go through it real quick.
I basically found out just before the audience did.
I was supposed to leave. I wanted to leave this past Monday. Long story short, I just kept running into obstacles. And I think we're finally going to make it out, hopefully this afternoon or tomorrow. And I thought, you know what? I would love to do one more Video Chicken to end the calendar year because I probably won't do a Video Chicken until I get back. I don't know when I'm coming back. I got horrible news that there's a chance my dad's not even going to make it out of the hospital now, which really sucks. So we got to get out to Texas. This is awful. I don't know what happens, but it's like, you think you got time, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And now I'm in panic mode. So we are finally going to be leaving tonight or tomorrow. But prayers and positive thoughts, please, for my father. Not to get in my personal business, just please send some positive stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like he's giving up, and I can't blame him. It's awful. I can't help but think all the times as a kid begging him not to smoke. And he's like, yeah, I bet he regrets it now. But I can't wait to get out and see him. Cancer sucks. There's no other way to put that one.
That's right.
All right. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about today. I want to share with our viewers, but I know, as I have always said, this show is for you guys. So if you have questions, definitely love to talk about it.
Misty wants to know what you were building, which I'm sure that's something you wanted to talk about.
That is another thing
Oh,
that we should talk about.
yeah. There's
Well,
lots.
can we start? Do you have it queued up?
What?
That we can play our news interview that we did a couple weeks ago?
Yes, I have to. Yeah, because if I queued it up ahead of time, it would just go to the next segment. But yes,
All right.
I
So
hope.
what we're going to do, folks, is we had Channel 11, ABC News out here, local to Raleigh, North Carolina, come out and do a little interview on us, which was really cool. They did a pretty good job. You never know
Yeah.
when someone does an interview, whether it's newspaper, news, whatever. I have learned the hard way. They will... It don't matter if you think you're on the record, off the record. You can say this is off the record. Oh, no, it's on the record. And they did a really good job. But there was something that I did talk about and they asked about when they're here. And I said, this is off the record. This is top secret. I don't want this out there. And, of course, it was like half the story, half the 60 seconds. So
oh my God, that was off the record.
That was off the
Whoa.
record.
You didn't learn from the last time you
No.
had that interview.
Non and I are sitting at the conference table in the office watching it live, and she starts, I wish I would have gotten on camera. She starts pounding the tables like, what are you doing telling people? I was like, But what better way to unveil our new product? So
Right.
tell me when you're ready. Let's
Right.
take,
So I'm going to have to go to screen share. Right? No? Oops, not shipping wars.
Oh, look at this. So you can go right to it on our website.
Yeah, I lost it. Where was it? Hang on.
No, it's there. It was the other day.
Yeah,
Keep
I know it
scrolling.
is.
Keep on scrolling. Oh, it's probably not cached. Oh, there it is. And let's see here. So channel 11.
Can people hear it?
Oh, well, you got to hit the audio.
This Thanksgiving.
We are talking about Carolina Chicken Coops. The business started with the owner pulling lumber scraps out of dumpsters. It is now a global multi-million-dollar business.
These may look like fancy, tiny homes, but they're actually chicken coops. Custom designed by Carolina Coops, based out of Creedmoor.
I got into making custom chicken coops out of survival.
Survival when Matt DuBois moved from New York to North Carolina for a new job. It wasn't going well, and with a baby on the way, he had to make some extra money.
I was traveling a lot around the Raleigh-Durham Chapel area. And there's a lot of construction going on, and there was wood inside dumpsters. And I started pulling that wood out and building chicken coops. And again, it was just to make ends meet. But what happened was I kept getting busier and busier. And next thing you know, maybe about a year later, I'm like, I think I need to quit my job and do this full time.
He's now growing with a giant warehouse
We're fortunate.
and more than 30 employees.
Rags to riches. My long-term dream has always been to walk into a big box store and see my product on a shelf.
They build and ship custom chicken coops worldwide.
The function is near perfect between chickens and humans, like the deep litter system. You can go over a year, if not 2-3 years, without having to clean out your hen house.
But it's how he gives back that he's most proud of.
We have focused on hiring using a re-entry program where when there are people getting out of prison, for example, and they need to go find a place to work. And then we've done a lot of coops for schools, which makes me very happy. It's so important that these kids get outside and learn where our food comes from.
And as many Americans are concerned about the rising cost of food,
We have the hen house in the back.
he's adding a new wing to his business, greenhouses.
We have been getting asked for years, Matt, will you please build greenhouses? And I've always wanted to, and we're finally now, after 15 years, have a prototype where it's a full-on kit. Believe it or not, that entire structure, that prototype greenhouse, is full knockdown. It can be shipped anywhere around the world.
Something he couldn't be more thankful for.
The American dream is still possible if you're willing to dream big and work hard.
Very inspiring. Carolina Coops.
Yeah,
So there was the, I'll let you take it over back from there. So that was the news interview. And no, we definitely don't need to do a software update. That's all we need. Yeah, skip this version. Remind me later. Perfect. So hopefully you guys were able to see that and hear it. I had to turn it down a little bit. It sounded a little loud. But they did a pretty good job. And yes, we have prototyped, put out in the field, a full kit, not a full knockdown, but a full kit greenhouse, 8 by 12. 12-12 pitch.
If I had the room, man.
Oh, you will have the room.
I don't have the room.
No, you will. We'll figure it out. I love greenhouses. I have since I was a kid. I think even one time when you came to visit us up in New York, I took you to a place that it's one of the few things I got to enjoy as a child. My mother would take me to this place in upstate New York called Sonnenberg Gardens. An amazing story. There was this huge estate, beautiful gardens. Anyways, I used to love going to the greenhouses because it was always warm. That's how much I hate the cold. So finally, we have invented a greenhouse that I feel the reason why people will want it is because what was told to me is for the same price I feel we're going to be able to sell it for, this is going to be a lot better. It's just that simple. I didn't realize how expensive greenhouses are, and they're just not well built. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and if you asked me, I would say that we can do some add-ons.
Oh yeah,
Do
like
some
what?
Like shelving,
Oh yeah.
potting bench. Like you need shelves and stuff, on the bottom part, so you can.
So when we did that entire greenhouse out of Doug fir, and I will put Doug fir to the test against all other woods that have natural rot resistance, because I've seen it with my own eyes. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can't build greenhouses out of Doug fir. I'm going to say, the hell you can't. However, one of my favorite woods, I used to build tables for potting benches and displays at nurseries, is out of cypress. Love cypress. So anyway, so that was the news story. And yes, that's the greenhouse. More to come on that, but I'm not sure how soon because, again, I'm going to be gone for a while. Not sure what's going to happen out in Texas, but it will be. Hopefully by springtime, we'll be ready to rock and roll.
With everything.
Yeah.
Coops.
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you tell people where we are with Coops?
Why? What do you mean?
Oh, because that's our business.
Oh, what do you mean tell people where we are with the
Well,
Coops?
I think if there's people on the fence I think one of the deterrent for people ordering from us is because it took so long to get your coop. But that's not the case right now.
Yeah, this is the off season for Coop, so
Yeah.
this is the time.
Yeah, we have shrunk it. We have shrunk
Yeah,
our
really good
lead time on production coops greatly. Now we are working on the not so production coops, like the Carolina, the Craftsman. We're shortening up that lead time and working very hard on our lead time for turnkey. More and more people are asking us for turnkey. It's tough to find people that want to live on the road and travel the country, but they are out there. And I do have some more people hired on that are candidates for going out on the road. So we'll see how that goes.
So where are we with, like, if someone wants to order an American coop?
Sales lady, sales women. I should have got you a mic over there. We got Amber over there going, how do we sound out there in the office? Good?
It was a little loud, but I turned it down.
Well, the monitors might have been. Okay, the actual speaker. Okay. I want to say, what are we, 4 weeks out right
Yeah,
now
I
on
think so.
production coops?
Yeah.
So a California coop, an American coop, an American 8x. Correct?
Yes, but see, I'm scared to answer this because what's happening now is service and scheduling is supposed to have a meeting and revisit the schedule for Carolinas and Craftsman's because they were so far behind. And as we introduce this, that could potentially bump out Americans, but I'm hoping it won't because I'm creating 2 departments. Already created one, going to put in a second one they're going to be their own worlds, and then it will have nothing to do with production coops.
Okay.
Yeah, somehow, some way. So
people have no excuse now.
that's right. Now listen. So I also, before I forget, I asked you guys in a group text. I said we need to do a proclamation today, and what I wanted to do is this is one of those things that we need our viewers, who most of them are probably customers, to answer this question. And I wish we could do a poll. So I'm about to ask a question. How are we doing on? All right, so 58 people already. That's not too bad for not doing a show for a while. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want your guys' answer. Of course, give us your honest answer. I flipped. You weren't here for the meeting. I flipped on something I've said since day one.
Yeah.
I've said, you don't need this. This is
I
crazy.
know, and I'm mad at you for that.
Oh, my God. That's what Nan said. She goes, don't do it.
I'm mad.
Why?
Well, you got to tell people what you're talking about.
Yeah,
'cause it
It's
makes sense.
called dramatic effect, folks. I
It's
don't know.
not. People don't like it.
Yeah,
Have you not read the
I
comments
get
on
annoyed.
YouTube? They don't like it.
Whatever. Oh, God.
Drag it out.
So, okay, it started because there were drawings on the website of the American Coop with a henhouse door.
Yeah, let's share the screen. Let's go to the website. Let's go to Ingrid's beautiful. Oh, yes. And Misty brings up rollaway nest boxes. They were implemented up in Idaho. We got to follow up and see how that's going, but they're probably not laying eggs right now.
They might be. No, they're probably not. She got them in the summer.
All right, so let's go to this wonderful website and then let me know when we're there, when we're off camera here. Go ahead. Switch the camera. Let people see this beautiful website. She won't do it. But
I'm trying not to
screw
mess
things up.
things up.
All right, so we're going to go to the website here real quick, folks, and I want to explain, and you can actually see what I'm talking about. And I flipped. I've always said
This picture. for
yeah, this is a
instance.
good one. I said you don't need it, but there's people that insist they need it, and I used to take that. It kind of broke my heart. 'Cause I was like, dude, you're buying this coop, and we designed it so you didn't need the front henhouse wall door for the chickens. Okay, so
This is the one at the top of the ladder.
yes. So right here we call wall 7 front of the henhouse, not front of the coop.
Notice I said at the top of the ladder, not the ramp.
Yes.
Good point. This is the front of the coop. This is the front of the henhouse. And back here, we'll pull up some other pictures. You see a great picture of the wooden door to stop the chickens from being able to go into the henhouse or into the run, depending on where they are. Oh, there's even a better picture.
Yeah.
And there are customers said, Matt, I want that for extra security. Okay, fine. A little insulting, but I get it. We don't want anything to happen to our babies. The other one is that, well, I got to block the cold in the wintertime. And then we get into that whole conversation that we have all the time about consistency between the henhouse and the run and blocking the wind chill, not trying to keep them warmer. It was our wonderful Mackenzie that said something, and I stopped.
I still think it's okay.
She goes, Matt, I love that wooden door on the front of my hen house. I go, why? She goes, if I have to go into the hen house and I don't want my chickens getting out of the coop, I close that door first so they can't get into the hen house and jump out potentially out of the back. They're trapped in the run.
But she said she did it when she was cleaning the coop, which you only have to do like once every 2 years, maybe.
True.
Which
But
a piece of cardboard also works.
I'm just... I've always said you don't need it. So that's why I don't want to charge people for something they don't need. If it's a luxury and they want it, sure. You know, not everyone needs heated leather seats, you know. But if you want to pay for it, fine, we'll do it for you. We've learned through this business, consistency and standardization has helped us and our customers. And we talked about this back in 2020 when Evan redesigned the American Coop. Do we or do we not include that? And of course, you see it in the manual, which, have we talked about the manual?
No.
Amber, would you do me a huge favor and go grab me
squirrel.
some manual? This is so important. We got a lot of big news. We haven't been on the air, but boy, have we been busy. I'm going to show you guys something else. Okay. So I want to know from our customers, our viewers, is it worth making that mandatory? And the only reason that I have been told, and I flipped. I said, that's a great point. That it is a reason that you should have it on there so that if you want to open up the back of your hen house and you want to make sure your chickens can't, you know, and they do it. They do it all the time. That you open up those back doors and all of a sudden the chickens say, hey, they're coming up the ramp. What are you doing? Or ladder, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that should be rarely used, really.
Yeah, and I'm just afraid that people are going to think that they have to close it all the time, and I don't.
Right.
I think that's going to cause more problems. He wants the color version.
Well, I got another poll. So I want to hear, I wish we could do a poll. It'll probably help with our algorithms and our SEO promoting the show. Speaking of promoting the show, make sure you guys share this show. Let everyone know we are back. And I'm not going to have another show probably for...
Yeah, don't bother sharing it until the spring.
So Mike says helicopter chicken parents. And I am one, but I still don't think you need that.
Yeah. It should be rarely used.
Yeah. I'm afraid that people are just going to think that they're supposed to close it every night.
Yeah.
I'm afraid by giving it. Or my other thing is if someone decides not to even put it on, then that's wasteful.
I tell you, I will go to my grave.
My only comment was, if you're going to do it across the board.
Right. I agree with that. I have learned consistency and standardization. So we have the gavel. Before the end of today's show, we are going to make what Kristen calls, is that a proclamation? Because how many times I'm like, we talked about it, but it wasn't set in stone. So now it's like...
Rudy says keep it out of production and keep the cost down.
See, that's it.
Or do you use scrap for that?
The scrap still has to be paid for by the customer.
And
that's the thing. It still costs the business. Just because it's scrap doesn't mean we don't have to pay for it. Customers pay for everything, unfortunately. So what we're always trying to do is give the greatest, best value for the customer. And that's one of the reasons, not a huge one, but a reason that I didn't want to include is why charge the customer for it.
Jeff, thank you, Jeff. Jeff put the poll on the Facebook forum group. Thank you.
So thank you, Jeff, for that. And also, it's Paul, the other person on the Facebook Carolina Coops owner forum. Just if you're not there, go check it out. If you own a Carolina Coop, I know other people have kind of gotten in there, but whatever. It has nothing to do with us. It's just
We will chime in.
Yes. So I love what they're doing, but there are times I'm like, oh no. But Jeff and Paul have done a good job helping jump in and police it when there's times I'm going, oh no, this isn't right. Thank you, Amber. Okay. Now, go there and let us know what you think.
So Mike has the question, do you have to go into the run to open and close the door, or does it close from inside the hen house? Well, I certainly couldn't reach it from inside the hen house, so you'd have to go into the run to close it.
That is
and doesn't it have to be able to stay open? So it doesn't,
yeah,
right?
yeah. There's reasons why we don't want more. The more moving parts it's good to keep it simple. I didn't want to add more moving parts, but as I am on this mission in life, before the day I die, every person will be happy that is in my existence somehow, some way.
Yeah, good luck with that.
But you know what? I tell you, this is why I love to have this show, and that's why I love to have these conversations. I was so happy when Mackenzie said what she said. 'Cause all these years, I was like, oh my God, I've been wrong. And I love, whether I'm right or wrong, I still win either way. So
Well, I just think it's a very it's a very particular use that you might want that. But for when you think of the span of your coop, how many times, like Kristen said, it should be rarely used. Now, Lisa brought up about using her hen house as a brooder. Okay, that's great. But and then, as Rudy said, like I said, you can also use a piece of cardboard. Like you don't have to pay for that extra. I mean, it looks nice, but I'm just afraid people are going to really think they have to close it every night to make them safe or warm, and that's.
I know. It's
You sound so defeated.
no.
Are you torn?
I will never be defeated. Gosh, I'm torn. But
Okay.
This is why I love this show, and we have the best viewers, the best customers, and I trust and appreciate their feedback. Now, Dee Dee just made an interesting comment. And it's not a bad idea, but I know what's going to happen, and a lot of people don't realize this. She said, just remove the ladder, and then they can't go up it. You'll have chickens go, that ain't going to work. Nice. Then they will jump up to that. And we've seen that because we've done that with perches on the outside of the run, where you have the chicken run door elevated so dogs, or in my case pigs, can't go into the run, but they jump up onto that perch and then make their way into the run.
Yeah, they do have wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even have a floor in your. I mean, you just.
Oh my God, I couldn't make it any. Speaking of no floor, another thing that's going to be coming out soon, and boy, am I past due to talk to this gentleman. He is down in the Everglades. We're gonna do
crocodile enclosures.
The jungle coop. I have figured out a way. It's not. You can't make it any simpler for people that are in very warm, humid, tropical climates to have chickens. Easier than anyone, actually. So that's also going to be coming soon. But he has a huge following. I think he has like 2 million subscribers. And I guarantee you guys have seen him. But until we actually do it, I don't want to mention it. But hopefully we're going to be able to join forces there and show you guys something cool coming up.
Okay. I didn't know that one.
I know.
Me neither. I don't
know.
know.
There's so much.
So?
Oh, boy. All right. Huh?
No, it's just it's sometimes they're surprises for all of us.
Yes. The other thing too is I wanted to show you guys something. So now our past customers are gonna be like, oh wow, now Matt, finally. I was torn on something for years, and I argued about this. I finally gave in. I should have gave in years ago. Nan has always said, please just do paper manuals. And the reason why I did not want to do paper manuals is, I'm not a tree hugging hippie, but I do believe we should just be smart. It shouldn't be just, you have to be a hippie to be smart to the planet. I think we all should be smart. We shouldn't be wasteful. And I love options. I wanted to give our customers the option if they wanted to use paper or not. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, Ingrid was giving me the death stares.
No, I was dozing. No, I'm not. Kidding.
So, long story short, not everyone is savvy with links and QR codes, this and that. So,
I totally would have wanted that. I
Yeah,
don't want to
me
do it
too.
on my phone. It's too small. I'm old.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And if you're in the sunlight, it is so hard to see
Yeah.
a screen.
Yeah.
Or if you've got sunglasses on,
or then-
polarized, just forget it.
Or then print it out. But it was
Yeah,
expensive for people to print it out. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous. Emma, our new purchasing lady here, she on day one, I think she solved this riddle. She got a company to come in, should be a sponsor, and we are able to print manuals now, booklet style, saddle stapling. See all these terms I've learned. So inexpensively that I feel as long as we continue to get smart out in the shop, I don't have to increase prices. We're going to continue figuring out where we can save the customers money and not just keep raising prices like everyone else is because of inflation and all that crap. However, here's my question, folks. Sorry to keep boring you. We have the color manual, or the color booklet, and we have the black and white. And the question is, see, look at the deflection of light. Did you see how that just changed the green screen? What should we do? Because
Color.
this
Let me see the black one.
Does it help in putting? Help in putting it together? Does a color make things easier to delineate?
Yeah, it does.
delineate.
It does.
Big word. No idea.
Because the
Differentiate?
inside of the walls are green, the outsides are yellow, so
So the color.
it does.
I mean, does it make a big difference between black and white? And
when I was referring to we shouldn't have to raise our prices, black and white is dirt cheap in the grand scheme of things to print. Color, it was like 20.
Oh my God, they're all like color.
Well, thank you. So there was 20 times more. My instincts are to go with the color, and your gut will never lie to you.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the color.
Because it is really helpful. It's not just pretty.
So
Yeah, it looks like it's.
And we want our customers to be successful putting these together.
yes. Oh,
That is critical.
Yeah, absolutely. So let us know, color or black and white? Does black and white? I mean, think about it environmentally. You're using more ink. I don't know. We just analyze it from every angle, don't we?
Yes, we do. But the audience seems to go for color.
So I wanted to jump back to the Carolina Coops owner forum because we do pay attention to that. And I think everyone from Carolina Coops that does chime in because I think sometimes it is needed.
Did they ever let Evan in or what? Just curious.
I don't know.
Still knocking at the door, looking through the window.
I have something to say.
There
Please,
were
let me in.
So there were comments, I believe it was on the Carolina Coops owner forum. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I apologize. But I think it was about the hemp. And it was about dust, right? Did you guys see that?
I did.
They said the new hemp was dustier than the old
One
stuff.
person said that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
There's no way. No way.
I know, and you asked me,
Yeah.
and I said, hands down, the new stuff was no dust.
I mean, you and I laid in that. We emptied it into
That's
the.
true. I have
On
photo
video.
proof.
Yes.
We got pictures. My God, do we really get it? But we have made a modification to our product. I don't want to freak people out, but again, I'm just going to be an open book, and I want to share this with everyone. I think it's for the good, but I need people that are buying the hemp, that have used everything from the Au Bois, the French hemp to the Aubie chick. Or there's people that most people did not like the Aubie chick, and I have some customers that love it.
No, that was too small.
It was too small. And I think
particles.
I think we got a couple trucks in as we were bouncing back and forth trying to specialize our blend. We needed to tweak our recipe a little bit, and we tweaked it again. And we decided to go to a little bit more of a smaller herb, but not so small that they can't dedust it. And I'm hoping this is the sweet spot. I've listened, and a lot of our customers have come back to us and said, Matt, it's, I think, because of how large the herd is when we were first getting it in from Canada, even though it's clean and it's beautiful and gorgeous, it wasn't absorbing as well, supposedly.
So Dee Dee says that, yes, it's dustier. However, it seems to be more absorbable, which I don't know if that's a word. More absorbent, I would say. She said, I'm happier with it.
That's what they say in Europe. And in Europe, the reason why they love it really, really small particles because there's more dust, and they use it in commercial settings, not in the residential backyard chicken coop, to be fair, when they say, oh, we love the dustier hemp.
And Bruce says it's no way dustier. That's what I found.
See what I mean?
I couldn't believe
Isn't this great? Isn't this fun?
Because you know me, I break my hen house in the morning that you always roll your eyes out that I do, but I just do.
roll them.
By the way, this
On
coffee
cue.
is excellent.
Good job, Amber.
Oh, see?
It's almost perfect. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
Got me.
That's high praise from him.
Yeah, that's the only compliment anyone's getting today.
Yeah, really.
He's
For
all
sure.
out.
He's done. But I rake it up, and when I changed mine, I just did it in September or October after 2 years, and I couldn't believe when I poured that bale in. I was like, this isn't dusty, and like
I know.
making it's not dusty.
I know, but I think there is some truth that the dust helps with absorbency. And let's face it, and I'm guilty of always saying, hey, look how dust-free this is. It's healthier for the chickens. Chickens take a damn dust bath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're not, and you're not raking it up while they're standing in there.
And
either.
I'm not a fan of the raking. I don't think, and I have a great video, and I sent it off. I'm not sure if it made it into
It did.
YouTube
It's
short.
It's a regular YouTube. The one with you and Jimmy?
Yeah.
It's on there.
Oh, I haven't even seen it yet.
I titled it. And
I wish there was scratch and sniff video. Who was with me? Was it
Amber, I think.
Amber, you were with me, right? When we went out to Jimmy's?
Yes.
And his hen house, it was due. I'm
Huh.
like, woo! Whoa,
well,
Jimmy.
FYI, they have 14 chickens.
Yeah, they doubled their flock.
Chicken math.
Beautiful chickens. And I said, Jimmy, you got to add a layer. And he's like, you sure? That's all it has to be done? That's literally. And I got on video. I kid you not. There was-
Amber's nodding too.
Yeah, there was no magic. We
Yeah.
added maybe 1 inch to 2 inches of hemp, gone. And what you're doing is you're giving that perfect environment for the microbes to do their job. So the deep litter system, I don't think it has to be turned. I think turning it might make it worse, to be honest with you.
Well, I think I told you the only reason why I turn it is so they don't walk in big clumps when they go to the hen house.
Yeah,
Although
that's-
nobody's going to the hen house these days anyway.
All
So,
right, I want to pause right there for a second.
The egg hutch. Yeah, they have to walk across.
I mean, yeah.
All right, I want to pause for a second. I'm starting to see it.
What?
We need to do another Facebook poll if we could. We need to poll in general. Poll. Am I saying it right? I think we do need to put a camera on Ingrid, and I think this show would be that much cooler when someone could just flip between cameras, and then boom, when Ingrid has that point, like it's just brilliant what she's saying, we get to see her, right? She is so mad at me. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be awesome, and then me agreeing. Like, oh yeah, yeah. That's a reason to rake.
I used to say I want to have the imagination, like radio gives, even though this is not a radio show, but when you don't know, you always imagine what that person looks like. But I think it would be cool. You watch a lot of these
what
podcasts.
I look like.
Well, I think it'd be fun when Ingrid's, 'cause she's smart, she knows what she's talking about, and I think it'd be fun just to change it up real quick. Boom, boom, between the cameras.
Yeah.
Okay. When you
Okay.
get back, we can work on that. So we have questions. Though.
All right,
Should
let's
we
do
get
some
to
questions. Yes,
questions?
let's do it.
Now I gotta find the question that somebody had here. She was saying that she had, and I forget, I gotta find it, but she said she had like 6 Easter eggers that were about 8 months old, and they haven't started laying yet. Is that normal?
I'm trying to count back 8 months. When would that be?
Well, I would.
March?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Here
just
it is.
guessed.
Oh,
real
I
quick.
have 4 Easter. It's Darshell.
Here,
I have
bring
4
it in. Bring it
Oh,
in. This is getting boring. Let's spruce it up. We got 71 people. If you're just joining us, we are live December 2nd, 2022. Thank you for joining us. Please share the show. And if you have any questions, chicken coops, chickens, or I don't care what the question is, fire away. Also, don't forget, let us know where you are watching from.
Yes. So she has 4 Easter eggers over 8 months old, and they still aren't laying. Is this normal?
No.
Well, nobody's laying now.
What's 8 times 4? 32?
What? So 8 months ago.
Oh.
So.
What? Yeah, what's 8 times 4? How many weeks is
having-
that?
Huh?
Well, yeah, we need Emma in here. We got a human calculator sitting out in the other office. It's fantastic.
I can't. I'm lucky I've even made it here
That-
today.
Well, if it's March.
Yeah, they should have been laying about, but that I feel like the time that they would start laying, and sometimes Easter eggers,
Oh, I'm
in
way
my
off.
experience, lay late than other chickens. So if they were going to lay at like 6 months, it might have started to be at the time that they would
Be May.
Oh, May? Well, there's a huge difference
They're
between
skipping.
March
They're
and
gonna
May.
skip a
Yeah.
year. They're
Yeah.
skipping a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So March chickens lay usually by Labor Day. So-
Usually, but I mean,
Usually. I mean, there's some stragglers, but
right.
if
And
if you've got a starter flock, you'll have an egg by Labor Day.
right, and like right now, I mean, all of mine have pretty much stopped.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the first time that I've ever had like they all
Yeah.
just.
It's
stopped.
kind of sad going out there to the egg hutch now.
It really is. I also had something. I was actually going to do a video on it, so maybe I shouldn't say. But I was having issues of chickens sleeping in the nest boxes, so I had a solution to that.
Is non-listening? I feel like it's
Oh, I
time
want
for a
that
proclamation.
solution.
Someone made a point
the
that
solution.
it's very simple, and it just makes sense about the manuals.
What?
Well, he's already like.
Well,
babbling.
Ingrid had
No,
a
that's
tip.
fine.
I feel like we just need to do it. Non's gonna have a heart attack.
Oh, we're having two different conversations.
We
I
sure
know.
are. That's so typical. All right, we have another question.
I saw a comment that says the color manual screams quality.
Yes.
Oh,
The
yeah,
g-
I saw that too.
I mean,
That was a good comment.
that's
If you're buying a quality coop, you better have a quality manual.
exactly what I
Yeah.
went through
Yeah.
my head.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Ingrid, what was your solution for hens sleeping in the
we
nesting
got so
box?
many great comments.
Yeah.
What?
I'll take this over. You just focus on
Okay.
talking.
Because I do have one that just started that. She's in a horrible molt right now.
Right.
And it's dead of winter. And she's been sleeping in the nesting box, probably
Yeah.
because she's molting.
Yes, that's what that's what happened. So first it was Midge, my little tiny banty. And I was like, all right, she's tiny. She starts on the roost bar and gets kicked off.
Yeah.
Um,
She's tiny. Her poops are tiny.
right. So I didn't care. I wanted her to be comfortable. But then I had the two ones that were raised by the broody.
The younger ones, yeah.
Right. And then they weren't going up there. And when they first went up there, They went next to their mama, and then the next time the mama's like, yeah, no, I don't like you anymore. And she's like ridiculously mean to her, to both of them.
Tough love, yeah.
Yeah, it's a teen mom. It should have never happened. So, yeah, we're not.
Sorry. I'm not listening to anything that you
I
guys
know.
have just said.
I know.
Just because it's been a while, hashtag down with Dale.
Oh, thank you, Ben.
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
reminder. But anyway, so those two have been sleeping in the hen house, in the egg hutches, and then one of my molting chickens, Susie, started doing it, and I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore. So since nobody's really laying, but maybe one chicken, I covered the openings with cardboard. So they just had to figure it out. It wasn't, so there's so much chaos. And then in the morning, I just I only need one hen house anyway, in case one lays. I pull the cardboard off in the morning. And they're all up on the roost bars, it gets ugly when it happens, but they're all up there. So
Interesting.
it was tough love. I couldn't take it.
That is good. It's a good time. They're not laying eggs.
Right.
So fix those problems. And this would be, if you do need to do any deworming, this would be a good time to do it because they're not laying eggs anyhow.
Right.
Which I have never really done that, but if you wanted to.
So that's my solution. It's tough love. Close up the nest boxes. I do it about 4 o'clock. I go in there and I just close it up so they can't get in there.
So I was just reading the comments.
Yes, you
I
were.
can't be quiet any longer. That was pretty good for me. There's a lot of good feedback about the chicken door, and to my surprise, they said leave it off. Keep it simple. If it isn't necessary, don't add costs if not needed.
Right. As an option, it's a great option if you want it.
Boy.
And then we can explain why someone would want it. But if they find that they don't need it, then
This is going to be so hard.
Yeah.
This is going to be so hard.
back to the meeting.
Let's have a 2-hour meeting about it.
Well, someone did say we would love to see a live staff meeting. I think we should. I think people would be
Do
like,
you want to stream a staff meeting?
why not? I think people would be like, oh, damn. I had no idea.
People
It
can
gets
take
in-
sides.
Oh, it gets in. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That's intense.
It's like a live fight.
Oh, it gets a little feisty.
Does it?
No,
Ingrid,
well,
you kind of.
I'm not in it for the fight anymore.
Okay, so I got to spruce it up. So I got to
Yeah.
piss you guys off more, is what I'm hearing.
Oh.
No, we do pretty good. Our staff meetings they go really
No,
well.
like
but-
we debate
well, the
what
point.
the best process is or the best product or if we want to
what's
make a
going on.
We
change. or-
really dive into detail.
Yeah,
like
we do.
we really get into details, and it just all the way down to a cost of a pallet when products coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with Emma here, I want to make sure we are offering the best product for the best price. We're finally getting around to just really getting down to every penny. All right. Well, I definitely please keep the comments coming in. If you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, I was thinking about making it standard to have that wooden door on the hen house so that
Top of the ladder.
top of the ladder, top of the ramp.
Inside.
If you want to open up your hen house doors, you don't want the chance that chickens are going to jump out of your coop, you can close them off in the run. And I never thought about that. It was Mackenzie mentioned that. I was like, oh my gosh, that actually, I can't believe I never thought of that. Another question was, will you be able to open and close it from the inside or you have to go into the run? Right now, we do it where you have to go into the run and open and close it. You have 2 other options. You can put an automatic door on there, but it's a little tricky and it's not the greatest thing to do.
And not the door we recommend.
What do you mean?
You can't use the door that we recommend.
You absolutely can.
No, you can't.
No, you can't because there's a window above the door.
Here's a staff meeting. What are you talking about? You just don't put it on the outside of the front of the hen house. You put it on the inside. Okay? Here's the problem. You got that photo cell, which I love using. You don't have to use the photo cell, but
Yeah.
you should. You have to run that string out to the motor mechanism to the outside facing south, southwest, west. And you have to put in little pulleys. So it's definitely doable.
That sounds
Or
pretty
you
complicated.
do
Yeah, that sounds like.
It's
I don't
really
even
not.
think it had the photo cell on a string. I think you're thinking
No.
about the VS
No,
door.
the chicken guard has a photo cell.
on a string.
God, this is like Jeff Dunham.
Ugh.
Jalapeno on a stick. Yes. You probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Thank you. Someone got it. Oh, I love that guy. So, yes, you put the motor Amber, can you do me a favor? Go
Oh
grab
my
that
gosh.
wonderful chip. What do you want? What do you want, Ingrid? What do you want from me today?
Hey.
What? This is wonderful. Whole thing. Because there's confusion. And what better way to eliminate confusion?
Come around this way.
Just don't hit the lights. Oh, can
And you can come all the way
Can
around.
I share some animal news? It has nothing to do with chickens. While we're waiting on this,
You don't.
I am going to be completing another bucket list. Look at Kristen. You run this mechanism out to the outside of the coop. This string's nice and long, but you have to run it on pulleys, and that will allow the door to open and close. But if you have this on the inside, and you're using the photo cell, which is right here.
Yeah, that's not on a string.
No kidding.
That's built in.
Right, you put the motor mechanism.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. And have we solved, are we done with the defects that we've had in some of these doors that came from the manufacturer? And make it, Ingrid's giving up. What's going on over there, Ingrid?
Because I don't deal with the customers.
There you go. Thank you, Amber.
Because I've been working on doing our new
I know, and I want to talk about that.
our new accessories site.
Full on Shopify, automated, doing everything we can to keep our price down, but also hopefully very soon, I'm not sure if we can mention it, we're going to be on a very large, well-known animal website selling our products.
We can mention that, right?
It's not official yet, right?
Oh, even Ingrid's saying no.
No, I think she-
Yeah, I don't like to. I'm superstitious. Let's not jinx anything.
Okay. All right. So the point is, you don't have to make it that you have to go in the run and shut that door to the hen house if you don't want to. But it's, why not? Who doesn't love going into the run, hang out with their chickens? But there are ways around it. We've done it manually too, with a string and cutting a little keyhole. You tie a knot in the string and you just pull the knot through the upper keyhole.
That would make a nice video.
You did that on the one in Virginia, the duck coop, didn't you?
And Portland. I know we did that in Portland.
Yeah, because the craftsman had it on the
I don't remember.
side.
I just remember doing it. I don't remember.
Yeah, I edited the video, so I remember seeing the footage.
Wait, hold on. What was that? Hold on. You go too fast.
I'm going to get to the question.
Well, there is one. Hold on. Someone said to answer a question.
What?
Answer the questions and agree to the group rules, or it auto boots you out.
Because that's Jeff about the group. Because I asked if Evan was in the. Got accepted.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh.
I love
See,
that.
that's why you let me handle it, right? This is why we wait for Ingrid to do the show, right?
Yes, Ingrid.
Okay, good. So, see, somebody's got to be in charge sometimes. Roadstar
It's so
Slim.
hard, isn't it, Matt?
No, I love it. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
He likes when I'm bossy for some
Oh,
reason.
love it. I got issues. I'm sorry.
Roadstar Slim says our golden lace Wyandotte rooster is plucking the head feathers out of the Polish breed chickens. All are 16 weeks. Thoughts on how to get it stopped, short of putting a muzzle on the rooster. Yeah, why is it plucking the head? I don't know. I don't have roosters. I've never had a rooster, Kristen. I'm going to you on this one.
And I haven't had any Polish for a while.
Isn't that a little young to be happening at 16 weeks? Assuming the rooster, he's saying even the rooster's 16
Is he
weeks.
mating?
Yeah, but he's plucking the head feathers. It's almost like he's being a jerk.
Like
Like
yeah, he's that kid in middle school.
Exactly.
Because he's got a crush.
You don't need him. Just get rid of him.
Yeah, your rooster has a crush on your Polish. That's what's happening.
Or he's a feather picker. Either way, he's disposable. Just get rid of him.
Well, I would.
Oh boy, I can see the comments now.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I just doesn't seem like. Or maybe he's trying to figure out how to mate, and he's really bad at it.
So,
I
hold
don't
on,
know.
hold on. One thing at a time.
Sometimes they-
Isn't it a little young at 16 weeks? Are they at sexual maturity at 16 weeks?
It's 4
Yep.
months.
Yes or no? Oh, well, I don't want to do math.
I know. I don't either. But I did.
20,
I think
22
it's a little
weeks.
young.
Thank
I
you.
think he might be just curious and pulling them, or I don't know, or it could be he really
now
does
at
have
16
a defect.
weeks, they're got the top hat, right? They're feathered up there. They're looking good, right? The Polish.
Mm-hmm. I would think so.
Maybe he thinks he's a barber. Give him a little. You need a little off
You
here.
put
a little-
shower caps on the Polish.
Oh, you know
chicken.
what you should do? The little, like, the headbandy things. The little head scrunchie
Or a muzzle
things.
on yeah. I mean, like
So
they
there's
said,
not a bunch of
muzzle.
feathers just flying out? Maybe
Yeah.
just tie them up in one, like, top knot thing?
I have tried putting a hairband on a Polish and it doesn't
Okay.
work
It
because
doesn't?
they go, they peck all day and it loosens very quickly. It's hard to get it tight enough.
The moral of the story is don't have roosters.
Yeah.
I would agree. I agree.
Get rid of the rooster, keep the Polish.
I would agree. If you guys are just joining us, it is already 12:49. I feel like we haven't gotten into the show, but there is no cap today because this is going to be the last show for 2022. We can take a break. We can take a break if
Good
need
thing I
be.
brought my lunch.
We're on a roll. I would love to break 100. Please share the show. We are live December 2nd, 2022.
Well, I bet we would have if I would have gotten Francis. I did try to catch him.
Well, what happened?
I couldn't find him.
All right, listen, actually, you just reminded me of something. We need to go over some housekeeping stuff with the heated water system. I think
the amount of time we spend on that and hemp, you would think we don't even sell coops.
You're right. You are exactly right. The system works, but I can't emphasize enough to people, you got to install everything correctly.
And you might have to clean it once a year.
You probably should.
Yeah.
I think that
I let mine go years without cleaning, and then it broke.
Yeah,
But you should have seen all the dirt in that thing. Whew.
So, we did some videos recently on how to troubleshoot the heater, which we've talked about here on the show. Put it in the freezer. After an hour, pull it out, plug it in, and it should warm up. Okay? If it doesn't, then it's broken. But also, you want to do that every fall to reset it, if you will.
Yeah.
Now, something else came up is what about the heated? What about the thermostatic switch? People always make this mistake. They plug their heater into the heat it. And you know why? Because it says heat it. So they think heater. Sure.
Yeah.
No.
It's telling me what to do.
The heat it goes to the pump. We should make our own thermostatic switch to pump it or something. I don't know. We pump it. Pump it up. What was that from?
Elvis Costello.
Of course. You take your heat it. If you're not sure if your heat it's working, which is that yellow thermostatic switch, put that in the freezer. After an hour, pull it out, plug it into the outlet. That little LED, I think it's an LED, that little light will come on indicating it's on.
Or you can just go out to your coop when it's freezing cold. And you should.
True. But I was woken up at 6 a.m. this morning by someone with a heated water system. And I'm like, I know what they did. And we are going to put together a full-on, well-done troubleshooting video. But, gosh, it is that time. I mean, it's getting cold, especially up north. And you got to make sure everything's installed correctly. You got to make sure you do your maintenance. Make sure your barrel's clean. Make sure you're not restricting the pump. That pump has to be able to get the water it needs to circulate it so it gets warmed up. Things like that.
Well, I had paddle heaters because I had the heaters from early on. And we had 2 of them. And because you had the thing about the testing them, I did that. I had cleaned them off because they had calcium deposits on them. So I cleaned them off, and then I plugged it in. And it happened to be a cold day here, so I was able to leave them out. I left them out on the porch, and it was like in the 30s. So I plugged it in after like an hour, and I was like, oh, one worked and one didn't. So now,
interesting.
Yeah. So that was a little tip for me too.
Huh.
There's a comment. Hold on, not before that one. Well, there's Amber M. A few of my hens started sleeping in the nesting box.
Yeah.
2.
They usually 2, right? Because it looks like they're having a conversation, but started to. Is she saying?
Ingrid and I were just talking about that because we
were in like La La Land.
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Like
I have.
Are you serious?
Manuals.
Look at my menu.
Yeah, we got to get a camera on Ingrid. She's over there in her acting career.
Manuals.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Carry on. I just want to make sure I don't forget anything I wanted to talk about
so
today.
I think that sometimes, especially this time of year, tough love, in the afternoon, block the hen houses. So when they go up to roost, they're forced to go on.
Block the
You
egg
keep
hutch.
saying
I'm sorry.
hen houses today, but egg hutches. Yes,
thank you. Egg hutches. Please block the egg hutches. Cut out a piece of cardboard. That's what I did.
No, I see an opportunity. We can have egg hutch closing doors, just like the chicken door. We should have it oh, God, you'll lock them in there at night.
Yeah.
If
There
they're
has
in
to be a
there.
solution.
Yeah, it's a piece of cardboard.
Will it stop if you put curtains on there, or will it increase it potentially happening?
You mean the fighting or the going in there?
I really did miss the conversation. Yeah.
No, a curtain wouldn't help this.
No, they can get in there.
You need to cut up your Amazon box and put it in there.
That's exactly what I did, and they were like pecking at it. Like the little ones were like, "I want to get in there," because they want to get in there, and I'm like, "No." So they figured it out.
Speaking of Amazon boxes, do you have it where you could queue up our soon to come? This is awesome. You saw it because you were in the last staff meeting. I really love this. The water
tape?
activated craft tape. If not, it
Yeah,
can
no,
wait.
I can get it.
So just like Amazon does, I thought
She did sigh though.
Yeah.
I thought, why not? We're our gum tape, they call it here in the shop, that's water activated, goes through this machine and it activates it, warms it up. And that's what you put on the cardboard. We're gonna have our art printed on it. It's gonna look really, really cool.
Oh, here we go.
The point is that our graphics artist Danielle is amazing. So we're having a little meeting, and
you want me to share this?
you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know where Nan gets her ideas from, but just in a second, hold on, don't scroll yet. Hold on. She goes to the whiteboard. She goes, just do this. And at first I'm like, oh, that's an awful idea. And I didn't want to say anything. And then I got thinking about it, and I added my little tidbit with the top hat. But we're about to show you the Carolina Coops made in the USA mark, logo, art.
Yeah.
So what you guys are looking at right now is going to be the craft tape. So picture this a lot smaller, but there's the video chicken live. Okay, this is going to be printed on the craft
That's
tape.
us.
Yes, that's us. There it is. Huh? So Nan drew this up on the whiteboard. I think she gave him a bandana at first. I said, no, it's got to be a top hat. Let me know what you guys think. I think, slow down. No, this is what I'm talking about. Made in USA. What do you guys think?
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah.
So Danielle, within 5 minutes, I just took a picture of the whiteboard.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we could bring up the picture that Nan drew. Hopefully it's still there.
I don't have.
I'll have it because I actually took a picture of it. And then Danielle, 5 minutes later, throws this back at us. I was like, holy cow, this is awesome. The only thing we weren't sure about is, do you have feet or no feet?
Definitely feet.
You guys are a bunch of feet people, huh? And then, of course, we're going to have the QR code. Learn more about the deep litter system. So that will be what's on the water activated tape. So if you picture when you get your Amazon box and you see even on their tape, they're selling, they're marketing. I was like, oh, we need to do the same thing. So that will be coming out soon. When you order hemp, for example, or any of the boxes with accessories.
Change the scene up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have our new Shopify account for our Coop accessories and merch. So
Carolina Coops flockshop.com.
right, which you can access it on our website. But I worked very hard on that, and we're working to get it all automated so people will get like automated tracking and all this stuff, and it's going to be
Yes, to make your shopping experience quick, easy, fun, but also keep your costs down because we're doing everything we can to minimize labor.
right. Including having me do the Shopify site instead of somebody else.
I think Kevin gave a thumbs up. Camera for Ingrid, yes.
Yeah, we need to do that.
I think it'd be great.
So Jared has a question, and I think this is the same Jared that did his own coop. I'm not sure. All right. My hens are 9 to 10 months old and have fowl pox. Is this something I should do to disinfect the coop? 2 hens are losing feathers. Is that due to the pox, or might they have an alternative ailment?
Alternate ailment.
Alternate. What did I say? Alternative? Oh, alternate. You're right.
Yeah, so I think it.
They're probably molting the other ones, but fowl pox, I don't
know what that is. And
Fowl pox?
No, I don't know what that is.
Really? Huh. Okay.
Do you?
I do. And there's, I guess you're lucky that you never had to deal with it. I've never had to deal with it either. They'll show up on their combs, sometimes on their wattles. And I don't know if it's like I'm sure there's a category that all these poxes fall into.
Right. Is he sure that it's? I guess the question is like, is it sure? Because that sometimes if they get like
frostbite or something like that,
right, or somebody's poking at it, they can. It looks like fowl pox.
Yes, definitely. Just like anything else, you got to know for sure what you're dealing with in order to be able to treat it correctly.
But this might be a good time to tell people not to pressure wash their coop out. Like it's if you do have a disinfection, you have to disinfect it. It is not watertight. Please do not do that.
All right, I just have to show you. Jared had sent me his Carolina Coops inspired coop. It's fantastic. He did like a pitch on the roof. Hang on a sec. Oh, he used the Acre product. That's another thing.
Yeah,
To show you
dude,
this.
let's show this to everyone.
Okay,
This
I'm going to
is-
show Jared's coop because he sent us pictures.
This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And hopefully he doesn't mind. You got his permission? I don't want to
Well, he sent it to me, so he knows that we are going to
get... All right.
show
Well,
the.
if we get in trouble, it's your
No,
fault.
I'll take it. I'll take the blame. All right,
He did
here
a
we go.
good job. He did a darn
He
good
did an
job.
amazing job, and I love.
I want to
the
see that
pitch.
Acre product because that's another thing that came up this past
Mm-hmm.
week. things that people don't get to see that I'm doing everything I can to minimize waste, minimize cost. That rice board is just, it's slow to get to market. So go on. All right, so here we have a homemade coop.
Yeah. So, I mean, he did an amazing job. And I guess if you look at there's Jared and his son. So he did inside with the acre product.
All right, hold right there.
And see how he's blocked off the hen house because they're young. I mean, the nest box, so they don't go in there when they're young.
So if you guys aren't sure what we're talking about, that acre product is a product that I have. I'm probably going to switch to it. But what happens is every time I talk about it, people are scared because it's not white. It's not plastic. This acre product is like wood and plastic in one. It is wood and plastic in one.
Well, it's the hull of the rice hull. Isn't it made with rice hull and like plant matter?
Exactly. And with PVC. So it makes it like waterproof wood. You can paint it, cut it, work it just like wood. You just can't glue it like wood because of the PVC. And with our production coops, we have the opportunity to combine the two. But so many people behind the scenes have said, no, we love the high density. And what I really love about this rice board is even for the egg hutches. One of the things I hate about the egg hutches that we make, and people love that high density, it's slippery. So we advise people, put the nest mats down and then put your nesting material on top of it. This stuff we started using in the duck houses and goose houses, and it's just a wonderful product.
Oh.
And it looks good. I think now seeing it in a coop, it looks good. It's not cheap. I can tell you.
Look at these pictures. Aren't they great?
Okay,
They are great.
Yes, these are. That's.
Look at
I love chickens in the pictures.
Yeah, that actually
I know.
is a great photo. And there's one. Yes,
See?
they are gonna share one nest box. So
But
there's
the acre right there.
Yes.
The dividers.
I
He
don't
did
think
everything.
I think it looks good.
Look at the pitch on. Didn't he do a different pitch
I
on
love the
roof?
muttons. Yeah, I'd say that's an 812.
Right? This
Not
looks-
quite a 1212, but that looks really, really good.
And he even did that for the egg hutches.
I really like the muttons on the back doors.
Yeah.
Is Evan
See?
watching? Hold on. Who's at the door? Can someone get the door? Who's out there? The
So
ringing.
Jared, I told you they would love your coop. I mean, it looks great. He did, and he bought accessories, and he loves us. And
Yeah, that's why I do this, guys. I don't do
Oh,
it for
do
the
you want me to get-
people
you
that
want
are
me to get-
pretending to be us. Did you see someone's actually calling themselves Carolina Coops? That's not Carolina Coops. If you guys see that, please report them.
yeah, on Facebook, they're all just fake scam accounts.
We've had people call us, go, I ordered my coop and I haven't got it. It was $88. Huh? Okay.
And look, he's using our hemp.
Yes, I love it. This is why I do it.
That's
and
great.
And when Jared has friends
And
come.
that does look like a rooster.
Oh yeah,
Oh, right there.
this one. Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Look at that blue coaching. Great job.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
I mean, the Dutch door, everything. There's just look how cute that is.
that's yeah.
And
Another
it's just him
rooster.
building it. That might be the same rooster. I don't know. But see, he put a basin. So he learned from us, and he made this a beautiful, beautiful coop.
I'm curious if Jared is listening or if you can email him. I would love to know
Well,
how.
he's the one that had the fowl pox. That's why.
Oh,
I
okay.
brought it
Okay.
up.
So I
Yeah.
didn't put two and two.
We didn't
together.
really answer that question, but we're
I would love if he could send
we're
us
loving on his
privately,
coop.
or maybe if he wants to do it publicly. I'm curious what it cost him, because that's the other thing I want to tell people. That you would think buying, in this case, a chicken coop from a company that builds it professionally is going to cost them more versus if they go out and build it themselves. That's not the case. And especially if you value your time. I guarantee you we save you a bunch of time. But I love people going out, whether they're repurposing the material or they're going to build it themselves from scratch, learning from us, especially if you get to buy accessories. But more importantly, when you have your friends that come over, if you think about where we first learned about chickens and backyard chickens, when you went to a friend's house, you're like, was that a chicken? You're out there back drinking, but is that a chicken? You're like, oh, yeah, backyard chickens. And they tell their friends about Carolina Coops. They may not want to go build a coop. Well,
also, we had talked about this before about all the tools that you have to be able to put this together. Like, you take for granted that everybody has a
Yes.
certain skill set, and everybody has this like wide array of tools
I know.
to do it. And the know-how. I mean, there is a learning curve and stuff
yeah.
like that, and it's just there's a lot to be said for that. I mean, I can be pretty handy, but it's intimidating, and I mean, some people just don't have I don't have a pneumatic.
Yeah, I do. I forget. I
know you
do truly forget.
that's why we're here to remind you.
That's and plus because we buy so much, we get like the high density cheaper than people going out and buying it. So that's in a way our price tag might seem high, but if you price out all those components, it's probably less. If you just took the materials. I'm not talking about the labor. Like we get our materials cheaper than
Oh, God, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought maybe you were talking about if they went and bought it themselves at like a big box store.
No, I mean all the materials that we buy.
You can even buy some of this stuff at Lowe's.
You actually, believe it or not,
Depot.
save money. You save money by buying one of our coops.
So you're saying with fowl pox you don't disinfect the coop, or you just don't disinfect the coop? I don't even understand. Is fowl? Why would you? I don't know fowl pox.
I don't know either, and there were like 35 page numbers, and I thought we moved on. So.
Yeah, do some research.
Yeah,
I hate to not be able to answer his question, but
I think it was in the virus section though.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's
And I was just reading about it too recently. I should have been more brushed up. I'm not an expert when it comes to chicken diseases, but I do like to try to read about it, this and that, especially when I see questions on forums and whatnot. But first step is positively identify it first.
yeah.
All right, moving on here.
So Dee Dee said she'd like the small interior ladder also. She wants the ladders all removable because she wants to clean them. I just scrape them if I need to. Oh, I don't even do the interior one because I can't reach it.
no, I wouldn't.
You don't need to.
Yeah, that
People work so hard. They don't need to. But if they're bored and they want to, just please know you don't have to.
Right. John says our Americanas were chicks in February, and they started laying in about September. So he's the one that remember on the forum, he showed that he did a really good job building the coop. We're getting to about 6 to 7 eggs daily from the 13 hens, which is fantastic.
that sounds about right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Mine
if you get your chicks early enough in the spring, they'll lay through the first winter. Which spring's just right around the corner.
This is interesting. I placed a dust bath in run. Miss of wood ash. Is that
It's probably like a miscellaneous or
right.
a mixture.
mixture of wood ash and diatomaceous earth? The chickens won't use it. Help. That is bizarre.
Mine
There's a
is.
lot of questions I have to help
Yeah,
Susan.
I put dirt in there too. Make sure there's dirt in there and not just the DE and the wood ash.
Might look suspicious to those chickens.
It's almost too dusty. They need the mixture
that's gonna
of
be too fine of a powder.
Yeah, you need the dirt in there. So what I do is I if it's wet outside, I scoop up dirt inside the run because it's nice and dry. I'll just take a scoop, put it in there, and usually when I freshen it up, someone's in there immediately. So
Yeah, I think you're just missing a couple ingredients.
yeah, you need a lot of like dry dirt in there.
Because it needs to be coarse to help the smaller particles to travel a little bit better, and that's going to be more natural.
Yeah, they might be staying away from it because it's I don't know.
And watch the diatomaceous earth. I mean, yes, it is nice to have that there, and that's one of the times I would say it is good to, if you're going to have it anywhere, it's in the dust bath because that's
Right.
what it's meant for.
But it's a much smaller proportion, so it should be like 75 to 80% dirt, and then you add like a little dash, a couple scoops of wood ash or a couple scoops of the DE. You don't do it like half and half.
Right. I think sometimes, we think more is better, but that's not always the case.
Not with that. Okay. So if somebody else does the same thing with the cardboard. Question. Someone had asked you in the Carolina Coops group, if you have a chicken lay in the winter, do you need to keep the eggs refrigerated? Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Oh, that's an interesting thought.
No, I don't think so.
No, I guess that
if you're collecting them regularly, it's
yeah,
negligible.
So when you like something is already like you buy something in the supermarket's in the refrigerator section, and then you come home, it's like, well, it was refrigerated, so I can't keep it on the counter. I have to put it back in the refrigerator, even though it's not opened. So I think it's that same psychological.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Wow, I can't believe we've never had this before. This question, right?
It is a very good question.
It is, but I would say no.
Hold on.
I don't think it matters that much.
Are you saying that if you go buy some store-bought commercial eggs, sweatshop eggs, as Creamer called them, right? Remember that one? And they're going to be refrigerated, and there's a reason why they're refrigerated. And I know we don't need to get into all that, but that's
It's
an important
because the
part
bloom
of this.
has been washed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an
Right.
important part of the subject. So you're saying that if you brought them home and then put them on, say, a dining room table at room temperature, you're going to be okay?
No.
No.
Okay, I gotta make sure I didn't. Okay.
No, I'm saying that when people, like, sometimes you buy like bacon in the supermarket, right? And it's in the box, the pre-done bacon, the pre-cooked bacon.
Oh God, I love bacon.
I know. Who doesn't?
Sounds so.
So
good.
the pre-cooked bacon sometimes is out on, like, in a stand in the supermarket, and sometimes it's in the, like, refrigerator section with the other lunch meats and stuff. But because it's been refrigerated, you feel like I have to put it back in the refrigerator when you take it home, right? Amber's nodding because
Yeah.
So I guess that's the same psychology behind this question.
Right.
However, the
However.
eggs.
Oh my God! Picture the camera, the intensity. I mean, she's.
No, but however,
Love
I'm
it.
saying because.
We need another camera.
So I'm saying that because the eggs still have the bloom on them, it doesn't matter that they were cold and they because
should be good.
Yeah, they should be good because if they get frozen, that's a whole different thing. They'll probably
Right.
just crack.
Right, and now you allowed entry for
Yeah.
the things
If
that
you have a crack, then you got to do something.
Yeah.
Outstanding question. I would love to know. So that was a question on the Carolina Coops forum. That is a great question, and all these years I've never even thought about it.
Yeah, and
a
you
lot
live
of
up in the cold
I know. Well,
tundra.
hardly ever will they lay in the winter. But
Right.
boy, if you don't get to them, they will freeze.
Yes.
Huh. Excellent question.
Yeah, it is a great question. And I answered it the way I thought, like I said
With
now.
passion.
No, I just said now I did,
Huh?
but
Huh?
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
we're on to something with Ingrid over there.
Oh, and then Ben said The Office, Carolina Coops edition.
That's going to be fun.
I wish that all of these comments were available for people to see later, but they're not. They just disappear. Even me, I'd like to go back and read them all.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I miss them. I don't always see them because I'm talking or...
Well, and Ingrid scrolls through them so fast, but...
Francine says make the door an option. She would want one, but if you don't want it, you shouldn't have to pay for it. I think people agree that if it's not necessary, they don't want it added to the cost of the coop. I think that's what the bottom line is. And we've always had it an option.
Yeah.
The problem is that when people see it in the drawings, they're like, well, I didn't get my door, or they didn't see it in the manual. But if they didn't get their door and they see it in the manual, they also didn't get their Dutch door that they might see in the manual, or something else that's in the manual, right? There's other things in the manual that aren't.
I'll be surprised.
standard.
I'm shocked. I thought people were going to say, just put it in there, Matt. Make it standard. Let's do this.
Well, if it's free, go ahead. But if I'm going to pay for it, no.
Nothing's free. Nothing's free in life.
Yeah.
Nothing's free in life. Everything costs money, but in a way, that lumber, even our scrap, and we try to minimize our scrap, has to be paid for. There's a cost, but what we aren't paying for is the labor to make those doors. And believe it or not, they're labor intensive more than I think people realize. So, as Emma is dissecting all operations, every movement, putting a number to it, we'll have to see what those numbers are. Especially, oh my gosh, imagine if that's where we should do the iron stamp. How many years we've had this brand, the iron brand, it's like a wood burner.
But
I
no
said
one
that
would see it.
a million times from when I met you. I said you should have your name on your coop.
suck.
Oh, unless you put it on the back side of the door, so where you
We'll
see
do
it when it's open.
branded, heat-activated tape, but we won't put something on our chicken coops.
No, it totally should have something. I mean, people have said that always, like a plaque or something, but the brand would be fantastic.
I know, but imagine if we had a little tiny CNC just for those doors, and we put a real quick logo on both sides, so whether it's open or closed, you see Carolina Coops.
That's a good idea.
Well, then you have to make it standard.
Yeah.
But now you've just raised the cost again. Because you have to,
So much.
you have to
especially-
program the CNC to do that. Yeah.
Wait, what's that say? Heard your name on Timcast IRL. Maybe talk with him on upgrading his Chicken City. What is Timcast IRL?
Maybe it's a podcast or
Yeah, I don't
a
know, but
show.
we can
It's
look it up.
Timcast in real life. Well, that's what IRL means.
Oh,
That's how you kids talk these days. And
kids.
I guess he has a Chicken City that he talks about. And I guess he mentioned us because we're Carolina Coops after all, right?
Aw. I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, and also I think we need to call Joe Rogan. He's got the world's largest podcast, and he has backyard chickens. And I got to meet.
Does he?
Yes, and I got to meet with a audio engineer here recently. The guy was incredible to talk to. He spent so much time. He didn't need to, just sitting and literally let me pick his brain. And he's friends with Joe Rogan's producer. I think they were roommates in college. And he goes, just give him a call. So I was like, oh my God, that would be awesome. See if we can team up.
Anyway,
You're not a fan of that. I know Joe Rogan can be dicey, but he's got some interesting things to talk about, right?
Just across the board, just
Oh boy.
celebrities, everything.
Yeah.
I'm reading the question.
My wife prefers the door to keep the chickens in the hen house while she's feeding and watering because we have a rooster who is a bit of can I say dick? Am I allowed to say dick? Bit, that is funny. Who is a bit of a dick. How do you be a bit of a, I don't know.
Our
Either
hen
you
house
are or
door
you're
can be
not.
operated from the
Outside. I don't get what you're saying. So he has to separate them.
It's just another use maybe for that door.
Yeah. I tell you, I am leaning towards just doing it. I really am.
E Stormy says my husband says eat the rooster for that person that was having the problem with the rooster.
Oh, and I noticed, referring back to Video Chicken on our website, we have seasons. We're on season 2.
Yes.
Oh, Ingrid's not messing around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, she's not messing around. We're about to really step our game up too. I can tell you that.
Just wait for season 3.
I know.
Next year.
Uh-oh, the boss is here.
Did I miss any proclamations yet?
No,
There
but he
are
does-
no
he does have
Just discussions.
He has his gavel in hand, though.
See?
Okay.
People, okay, so Nan has just stepped in, the real person in charge around here, and
I just pay the bills.
well, it's kind of important.
I pay the bills and push the papers.
People are saying not to make it standard.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know if you guys can hear Nan in the back corner, but
She's saying,
okay, I don't know. I'm so torn. I made a proclamation that we're gonna make a proclamation before the show is over.
I didn't do the documentation for that, so
I'm sweating a little. I'm not gonna lie to you, because once this gavel drops, that's it. And this is how we're gonna make every decision. You know what? We should do it. We're gonna have every staff meeting Wednesday at 10 a.m. live.
right? Oh, God is right.
I think we should. I think people will love it. We can share the screen. There's 8 of us? You know, right? Amber? She's looking at me like, don't you dare. I think we should. And then they can be part of the decision-making process. All right.
Yeah.
But if we do it, you have to bring Francis.
Okay.
oh, wait, there's no more pooping in the studio. Emily did an amazing job.
I know. It's finally
I know.
clean in here. We got the new table back in here.
I know.
It
I
doesn't
almost didn't
smell like
recognize
chicken
it.
crap. I know. Where's your chicken poop necklace? Oh, boy.
A couple of those went through the laundry.
All right, we're back up to 82. Let's see if we can break 100. Share the show. If you are just joining us for whatever reason, it is December 2nd, 2022. It's already 1:17. I'm glad we did the show today. I'm glad you mentioned it last night. I really didn't think we were going to. I was really worried we weren't going to be able to pull it off, but the only problem we had is you tipping lights over in the studio.
Hey, we have greetings from Finland. So how do your coops work in colder climates? Can you get electricity in them, lights and such? Do you know about cold climates, Matt?
I do.
Do you know anything about them?
So, and I want to make sure I don't answer this by giving people the wrong information. When we're on the phone and someone calls for a full-on turnkey custom chicken coop, and I tell everyone in sales, right, Amber? First rule in sales, yes. You just nod your head, yes. And there's nothing we can't do. And God knows I've done a lot of electricity, and we've done just about everything in a chicken coop. And I have stopped offering electricity, 120 AC, in chicken coops just because it didn't make sense. And honestly, you're better off just getting a local electrician to hopefully do what you want. I just guarantee it won't look as neat as ours would because we know the coops, we know the framing. But anything is possible, but you don't need it. All right? You don't need... Oh, boy.
Well, I agree. But however, I got another however. Like Norway is really dark in the winter.
Okay.
All right. In the summer, that's why it's called the land of the midnight sun, because in the summer, the sun really never sets. It's like just dusk. So, but in the winter, conversely, it's dark.
So you want to
So
have
in
that artificial lighting?
Just so you can, I think, just so you can get to the coop and see the coop. I don't know if that's what this person
Well,
is
okay.
referring
So
to.
now listen to what I said. You don't need it.
Right.
You don't need it, but if you want it, sure. There's always nice little bells and whistles to
I mean,
have.
going out at 3 o'clock.
But if you want us to come to Finland and do your chick coop, I will do electric. I don't know how they do electric in Europe. It can't be that different.
I don't think you're licensed in Finland. You're
well,
not licensed in.
Oh boy.
Well,
There's
never
different
mind.
plugs.
But Ingrid will have to go because your family's from Finland or somewhere
they're
up
from
in there.
Norway.
It's
It's
same
different.
thing, isn't
It's
it?
not.
So we'll just go there, and Ingrid will be like, "See," she'll be like,
Okay.
Daniel Russo with the Okinawa book on the airplane with Miyagi's like, I don't see it. So that'll be me, and Ingrid will be like, "Phi Toyomi Village, go down." Anyways,
So we can do things. I wouldn't say lights for like the winter or heat or anything like that, but electricity, if you want to see your coop or see inside and it's like 3 o'clock and it's dark, you would probably want lights.
I can tell you, I do spend a lot of time with people that are interested in getting electric, and they're kind of disappointed. Oh, man, I want you to do it, and it is nice. It's a one-stop shop with us. And I always
Except
try.
for electricity.
Well.
You've done great soffit lighting.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I love doing electrical. I mean, that's what I went to college for. I absolutely love it. But the problem is there's so many different options. And it just, especially if I'm not out on the road as much as I used to be.
And you're not licensed.
True, but I can guarantee you I do it just as well. The only time you have to, if not better.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Thank you. And you want to kick me somewhere too? Jeez.
No.
But they're, counties and cities, it's a money grab. They're getting more and more, you got to be licensed, and they want to throw their weight around, come in and do an inspection.
No, if anything goes wrong, there could
I
be an
get you
issue.
you don't want to mess with a little AC. So
Ben keeps trying to find out what movie I was in. I thought that was you had to just be there to see.
I
mentioned
Amber.
it.
Amber,
No.
put this on your to-do list. Oh my God, we have learned so many fun facts. Holy cow, we've learned some fun facts. A couple of them I don't know if we're allowed to share. Some new
No,
employees.
we're not.
Factory Unlimited.
Yeah,
we're
okay.
just gonna go back to the show. Ingrid was in a movie.
Yeah.
Huh?
I remember that show.
And it was called. Yeah, we got to find Ingrid. We
I
got to
was
do
also
it.
on All My Children,
But
the soap opera.
You didn't tell me that.
I did. I'm sure
Okay,
I told you
we
that.
got to find the VHS Party Unlimited, Party Factory, Party Unlimited. That's it.
It's similar, but nah.
Party Incorporated. Boom, got it. Woo. So you can buy it on VHS. We just got to
No,
go.
you can't.
Yeah, you can. I found it. It's just a
You
matter.
found the wrong one, though. Didn't you find
No,
like a
no,
clip
no.
of it?
I
and
just
it
didn't
was
have the patience to go through it all and watch this awful movie. I don't know what the hell. Anyways,
horrible.
Now, there was some discussion about the tape, and they said that Don's picture was great, but he has a striped hat. Make it an American flag hat since it says made in the USA.
say
like
it
an
again.
like an Uncle Sam hat.
That's what it was supposed to be.
It was striped.
Yeah. Uncle Sam has a striped hat.
The stars and bars.
So, correct.
Instead of just bars.
And I was going to ask Danielle to possibly tweak it. I don't know if it's too late. And it's funny you mentioned that because I was thinking about that. But here's what happens. You don't want to make it too busy. But I think there's room for
okay.
that.
All right,
Well,
it was
I
just
think
a
it's
comment.
because the stripes are diagonal versus, I think with the Uncle Sam hat. I don't know what an Uncle Sam hat looks like anymore, but
That was a good comment.
and people want to know. Jared said you can share. See, I knew he would be okay with us.
Good
sharing
thing
his
we get
Coop.
that permission after the fact.
Well, he probably did it in real time. He probably did it in real time. I just didn't get to the
Story of
thing
my
because
life.
apparently I scrolled too fast. So, but
It was implied when he sent the pictures.
sure. So they want to know where he got the Acre product, and he said he found a supplier in Houston, Texas, that you could special ordered for him, and he picked it up there. So, I guess
And
he's
hopefully you're going to find it more and more. It's just a brand new product that
It's
It
kind of
makes
like
sense.
Trex, right?
but better.
Or no.
Trex is heavy. It still expands and contracts a lot.
Oh, okay.
This doesn't have the expansion contraction nearly as much. Is another thing I love about it. So hopefully, I think we're going to be incorporating. I think we just got to do it. It's going to save cost. It has to. but we're working with our supplier that's working directly with the manufacturer on our behalf. So, yeah.
So Jared said he's asking because, again, he said some were losing feathers and he was wondering about the pox, but he said, would they molt at 9 to 10 months old? I didn't really expect to molt until next year, which he's right. Although they do, usually before that, they start kind of losing they have like a mini molt when they're teenagers, it seems. But I wonder if he has like a vet somewhere out there that can take a look at his flock. Like I had the wonderful Dr. Crespo come to my flock again because I had a sick chick. She's all better now.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ever nursed a chick back to health. So
it can be done.
It can be done. I really thought I was going to lose her. And then the greatest thing was Dr. Crespo came out. She was doing better. And I said, well, I can bring her in. And she's like, no, I want to come there. And she said she wanted her vet students, to see the coop. So she made a point of bringing her students out to our property so they could see how great the coop was. So I thought that was so great. So she was showing all the new students, the deep litter and the ventilation and everything like that. So
I wasn't listening again, but so I don't know if I missed it. Well, because I'm reading this. This is interesting. So a few of our hens have started sleeping. Is this an old comment or is this another one? Where this is interesting. Usually the chickens sleep in the nest box right from the beginning, and then hopefully they learn to go up on the roost bars. But to go from the roost bars down to the nest box.
Yeah, I have one do that.
Yeah, I did too.
She's molting badly right now, and
they feel vulnerable. I think, and that's what it is. That it's. I don't know if you realize, because you're not as like emotionally attached to your chickens as I am, in a very unhealthy way. But at night when they are jockeying for positions, it's really brutal in there. And if one feels vulnerable, they're going to be like, they're going to jump off and they're going to go in the nest.
They're going to hide in the corner, and that's a great corner.
Give them a safe house. Give them a safe room. Just make a box for them to go down into. So that's down in the bedding maybe.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
All right. We just did it right now. Carolina Coops safe house. Safe room.
Safe house.
Right? What do they call that in a house?
Safe.
The safe room. Where you go in and someone breaks into your house and that's what we'll do for chickens. We got the basement and now we got the safe room. It makes sense.
Evan's like, stop talking.
I know. Dude, that poor man, he was up to like 1 o'clock last night. I follow up with him. He's usually the last person I talk to in the day, and it's usually at night, and he's still working along. We got just more coops having to be drawn up and designed. Anyways.
So Misty says that she thinks fowl pox just needs to run its course. Once they get it, they don't get it again. I guess it's like chicken pox for most people. I wouldn't think you need to disinfect anything. And then everybody said that Jared's coop is amazing looking.
I really love those muttons on the back.
Yeah, we might change things now because of Jared.
I really like them.
Yeah, it's a sharp-looking coop.
Because I always thought of those back doors as doors, so we keep them as doors. But they do serve as windows like they do on the American coop. They're full-on windows. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have a feeling the 2023 Carolina and Craftsman. What would that look like on the Craftsman? It would look good, right?
Muttons? Yeah.
Oh, Mike Trapp says same thing. He wishes the comments were available. Why aren't they?
I don't know.
Maybe it's just
Should we bring in every single one? Oh, that'd be a lot to delete.
No. But maybe we should look.
Maybe we need to call Ecamm. Great group of people. Great software.
Didn't you say someone said we should be using different software?
Oh, yeah. He had a lot to say. I'm going to learn a lot from that man. I can't wait to get
Well, we've got a few weeks, months to
3
figure
months.
it out.
3 months. So here's what I'm going to do. I know we're coming up to 1:30. I'm going to be on the road. I'm going to go out to Texas. I'm going to be with my dad. And, I still got to make everything a write-off, so I got to do work. And I'm going to travel around. I'm going to go visit some customers, some coops I've been to, some I haven't been to. I'm looking forward to seeing Shelly out in Alabama. And I know the road crew just did a coop out in Alabama, and they're bringing out another one. I'm hoping to do an aviary out there if it's not too late. I feel bad I haven't been out there already, but I'm sure she understands. And there's been a lot of beautiful coops with new things that you guys just haven't seen the videos of. And people have said on YouTube, like, where the hell have you been? I mean, they see this every week, but we are going to do where the hell has Matt been in the past 2 years video. Have I told you about this, Ingrid?
No.
We have so many great pictures and videos of what we've been working on in this shop from the very beginning to where we are today. I think people would love to see a short 5-10 minute video showing what we've been doing for the past 2 years. You know?
Don't hit your mic.
I didn't grab it by the cable. Did you notice that move?
I like Francine's comment says, nice, your wood table in the studio is nice, by the way, because she actually can see it because there's not a bunch of crap all over
Oh,
it.
it's getting there. It's getting there.
It was always there, Francine. You just couldn't see it amongst the piles of hemp
and it was good. It was
plates and
it was a mess. You didn't want to see it.
It was bad. We got new shelves in here because I want to rent out the studio. When we're not doing it, this room doesn't get used. I thought it'd be a lot of fun to help other people that are trying to start a podcast or whatever. We got it, you know, have people come in and have it more of a professional setting. Of course, then, it's, you know. Oh, wait a minute. What about so Misty says, what about the de-icer? You aren't supposed to use an extension cord, but how many of us do? Great question. Or wired cameras. I don't know about. So you are not supposed to use an extension cord with those de-icers. I'm glad she says de-icer.
Well, I ordered one off Amazon just today.
What's that, a de-icer?
An extension cord for my de-icer.
Okay.
You know, it's like this much too short to reach the cord. I mean, reach the outlet.
We all need to do a better job here at Carolina Coops, especially starting with me. It's a de-icer. It's not a heater. And we mislead.
That's a very good point.
Yes,
very good
we
point.
mislead people because when we say heater, they think the water should be warm. And how in the hell people have been getting the heater, the de-icer, that's actually a heater, warming it up so you can drop in, like, you know, if you're feeding calves or whatever, to warm up the water, to put the milk bottles in. They've been accidentally getting them. The W409s or W419s, right? Did you guys catch that on the Carolina Coops forum?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's the wrong part.
Yeah. So, but that sucks. So I apologize about this. So let's be clear. When we say you put a heater in the rain barrel, it's really a de-icer. And it only warms up the water to maybe, I think it's supposed to go up to 43 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's going to be cold.
yeah. They don't want to drink hot water anyway. They want boiling water.
Exactly. So thank you for using the word de-icer. You are correct there. I've done it with an extension cord. When I was first inventing that system, I was doing the most probable ways of doing things and broke every rule. I probably had at least 100 foot of extension cord, and you're not supposed to. You're supposed to have a dedicated circuit. You want to make sure it's on a GFI breaker or an outlet. You're supposed to have a grounding rod, yada, yada, yada. But I did it, and if you are going to use an extension cord, just remember, the longer you go, the smaller gauge, which makes it a larger wire. Play it safe. You go too thin of a wire, that could also be why your system's failing. You could probably test your heat. You know, I never thought about this. You could test your heater. Be like, oh yeah, Matt, it's good. And I just did what Matt did. But you go outside and you plug it into a 14 gauge extension cord, and you have two of them, 200 foot long. It isn't getting what it needs for amperage.
Yeah, you really need a heavy duty outdoor.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't skip on that.
I always focus when I ask people, I said, send me pictures of your system. I always forget to ask if they are using an extension cord. Maybe not, but Amber, make sure you make note of that.
So Joel wants to, sorry, go ahead.
No. It's your turn.
Joel wants to know, he's been curious about your goat pen plans. Are you going to start a new subsidiary for Carolina Goat Coops? Yeah, you debuted them and it was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Where are we with that?
Our first one's coming out in the spring, Utah.
Yep.
She's an opera singer. I can't wait to meet this lady.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes. If you are interested.
From the Ukraine?
From the Ukraine, has like 4 different businesses, and she's like 22 years old. I mean, this lady's amazing. Wow. I love it. Yeah, you talk about getting after it. No excuses. Love it. She loved the idea of the goat house. And we just, if people are, make sure in sales, if people are interested in a goat house, we can go ahead and sell it. I know that I love the goat house I built for myself up in New York, but what we're trying to do is get it in full-on kit form. That's very tricky to do. I'm stuck on a couple spots.
Okay.
But if it's turnkey, then that's no problem. We can build anything. But making it so it's a kit so we can put it together, a little tricky. So it's there. Let us know if you want a goat house. Love goats. They're extremely easy to keep, fun, God, they are fun. Right?
So Roger asks, and he used the right form with the question, what about the heat of Arizona?
Why is it? Oh, because he put question in front of it. We got coops in Arizona, and we don't have any problems. And if there's ever a place, in this country at least, where our coops really prove how great they are, it's going to be in Arizona. The point I'm making is so many people get hung up on keeping the chickens warm in the winter. Okay, that is important, but block the wind chill. It's keeping your hens cool and comfortable and safe in the heat. And boys, it get hot out in the desert during the daytime. It gets cold at night.
Yeah.
The metal roof, for starters, is probably 99% of the battle right from the get-go. And because it's reflecting the heat, it's not absorbing it.
Even if it's black, it's still...
Exactly. It has a high TSR, total solar reflectance. That's the benefit of metal. Also, the size of our coops. You'll often hear me say in these videos, you have room for error. If they were in this little tiny box, it can be different, okay?
Yep.
They're large. And especially when you look at the roost bars, there's 24 inches? If they're up on the roost bar, there's 24 inches to the roof. So they're not up by the roof like they are with a lot of these smaller coops. So, and there's ventilation on all 4 sides. Really 5 when you think about it, because you got the 4 walls and the ridge cap. And the hot air is allowed to escape. So it just works. Oh, the one thing I do want to do.
What?
We had a customer, I don't know if it's something we did or she's going to do it to her coop that we sold to her. She insists a misting system will help tremendously. Now, I'm not a huge fan.
That's what Roger just commented.
Yeah,
about
that's
air misting.
pretty common in Arizona. That
So-
Because it's so
they do
dry.
mistings.
Right. If you're going to, I always say I'd rather have a dry problem than a wet problem, right? But if you're going to have water, you got to have control over it. And I wonder, we are due to have Dr. Crespo back on the show.
I was gonna have her on, and then we didn't do a show. So
Thanks.
So then she said she would come on in January, but now we're not going to be doing a show for a while.
Let me see what I can do.
But she is willing to come on whenever.
Yeah, we can do that one remotely.
Yeah, well, I got to have internet. You would not be surprised how hard it is to find
Your
good
dad
internet.
has it?
No, it's awful.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's awful. Awful. And it makes me want to, I don't want to think about it now.
But we will have her on.
Yes,
when
and
we're back.
I would love to pick her brain right from the get-go. But I think adding a misting system.
And our chickens don't really like to be wet, and
I
their
know.
feathers aren't made to really be wet. but-
Misting works for us because we have skin
Right.
and it evaporates.
Right.
They don't really have the same bodies that we do.
Exactly.
Not really. I mean,
So I think
definitely not really.
you just hit it right on the head.
I mean,
missed
I
it.
might have a chicken body, but that's just in my dreams.
We as humans make mistakes when keeping animals as pets. We think they're human. They're not. Whether it's reptiles,
Right, there's a word
birds,
for that.
even dogs. I mean, what is the word?
Personification?
No, anthropomorph.
Oh.
It's a really long word. I never can say it
Ooh,
right.
who can come up with that word
Yeah,
real
I-
quick
It's
in
a
the
long-
comments
I
without
get-
cheating in
Yeah.
Google?
It's basically giving human qualities to animals. Like
Yeah.
a dog doesn't usually need a sweater on. I mean, some of them
Right.
do. Don't get me wrong. Don't get all on my case. But like, Gus
Yeah.
doesn't need a sweater to go outside.
Yeah.
He's a dog. He's
Yeah.
fine. You don't need to shave a double-coated dog in the summer. They need that second coat. Like we decide that we're uncomfortable, so they're uncomfortable.
Yeah, I covered my cat with a blanket before I left today.
But they like to go under. I mean, my pit bull loves to be burning
know.
under blankets for sure.
I just
but-
wanted her to be cozy.
All right,
Exactly.
all right, listen.
And then she jumped up and got water out of the toilet before I left.
I
so.
want to go on record. I'm going to bet Dr. Crespo is going to say it's unnecessary and potentially could make things worse. That's what I feel she's going to say, but I don't
Probably.
know. I really feel like you don't need it. And as long as the coop, you give them a place to cool down, just like they would in nature, they'll be good to go.
All right, I see people saying 12 gauge extension cord. I have to go look at my order to see if I did 12
So
gauge.
12 gauge is 20 amps. So you got to
I think I
remember
did,
length.
though.
Length has so much to do with it as well. You can get real expensive. You saw how expensive those extension
Yeah,
cords
it's
for
crazy.
RVs. Oh God, I mean, like the 50 amp was like 6 gauge. It can get expensive, but definitely wouldn't go with the 14 gauge. Get a 12 gauge, a heavy duty one.
Super Sloth says that they can see the comments from past shows. Just double checked the Frozen Water show. No problem seeing them watching on YouTube. I think they actually started doing that. Somebody said, Scottish Wildman said that it's like something in your settings, but I think YouTube kind of changed something too. But I could be wrong. It might just be I clicked a button on my computer. Who knows?
Misty says she wants to see the greenhouse. Can we cue that up?
I don't have that.
I know, and I asked you to come out.
What?
You were busy, I think.
No, you didn't. You asked me.
No, Ingrid.
No, you didn't.
I
No,
always
you
ask.
No. You called me when you were at Danielle's house and asked me about placement. I had no idea she was getting
that
that
is true
greenhouse.
too, but I asked you. I
had
asked you. You sure?
I had no idea she was getting that greenhouse.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, so
the greenhouse
let the record
is cool.
show.
The
Let me get that
greenhouse is
gamble.
beautiful. It's beautiful. 12-12 pitch, 8x12.
That would look good in my
footprint.
backyard too.
True board and batten that comes up on the side walls. You know, we were going to do full poly. And I was doing a lot of research, and I am not a greenhouse expert. So this could be the worst idea, the worst invention I ever came up with. Well, we're going to find out. And we decided to come up just under 4 foot with solid boards on the side, true board and batten. And the reason for that is, one, polycarbonate's extremely expensive, and I wanted to, be very, keep it as affordable as possible. And I'm not sure do you have to have sidewalls on greenhouses with poly? Or can you just have it where it's, sunlight can come through on the upper half of the greenhouse walls? Of course, the roof is clear. I guess I should have a picture to show you guys what I'm talking about. But
Maureen, thank you. It's anthropomorph. I can't even say it.
Let me give it a try. Anthropomorphism.
Yes, that's giving human qualities to animals. And it's probably the wrong rhythm I'm trying to pronounce it in, but. So the greenhouse, I know what you're saying, because yours is part wood.
It's got a half wall on it, I guess.
It's got a half wall.
Yeah.
Which is fine if there's like shelving, because you want to put the plants up there.
Yeah.
And then you can use the bottom part for storage, like pots and soil and things like that.
So I was like, you don't need daylight down below as long as you're getting it from above. And the other thing warmth is important too. I mean, that's kind of the whole idea behind a greenhouse, right? Is warmth, and you're amplifying it, right? Through, in this case, the poly.
I have a lean-to greenhouse in my backyard. It's attached to my shed, just a lean-to. And in the winter, I don't usually have to open it, but like this time of year, I have to open the door and open the vent because it gets actually too hot and things will like. Well, I also have a heater in there because it gets too cold. Like last night, the heater kicks on. So if I put like tropical plants and house plants in there, so they're going to freeze technically below 50, certainly below 40. So I have to have a little heater in there, but you don't want the heat. But then it also gets to be 100 degrees in there if it's all closed up. So that's why
our greenhouse has auto adjusting windows.
Yeah, yours is much bigger than mine. So that's what you need. You need ventilation, just like in a chicken coop.
And they adjust on their own.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I don't know who else has to go to the bathroom, but
If you want to take a break, I got it from here. You can take a quick break.
all right.
If you do, I did notice it's 1:42. She got down to the bottom of the comments. I guess it almost is that time. I tell you, I'm still stuck on about an hour ago. We were bringing up bacon. I'm like, God, am I hungry?
Yeah. Well, and you said you have a proclamation
Oh God.
to make.
Oh, I have to make a decision.
You could also change your mind. You can always change your mind.
Keep the comments coming in so we don't have to go. Please do that. Ingrid, you could take a
Are
break.
you stalling?
Well, if we're gonna end, I can wait.
No, we are not going to end.
He's going to drag this out until he makes his
but I mean,
decision.
this is-
I mean, not
People
that
are very
We're all very
interested.
hungry.
I'm starving too.
I brought my lunch. I'm going to go get my lunchbox.
Yeah, I
People-
spilled my lunch all over my car.
Okay, so people are asking about the greenhouse. I'm very happy to see that because
What is the price for the greenhouse?
right now my goal, I shouldn't say it.
No, what ballpark?
No, because what happens, people like Matt said on
No,
YouTube,
ballpark.
Yeah.
5,000.
Do you remember the Cali Coop
And that's
price?
less that's less than equivalent of a greenhouse you can buy for the same size.
Oh, absolutely.
What is the size overall?
8x12, and the walls are 6 foot on the side, but it's a 12-12 pitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
nice.
I think it was like 10 foot at the peak. You could do the math if you do the hypotenuse or whatever. I just can't do it off the top of my head right now. But I think it was like 10 foot at the peak. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely
yeah.
beautiful. 2x6 rafters, all dug for. I mean, it's a beautiful greenhouse. And I am looking for guinea pigs, and that's not counting shipping. It is a full-on kit. The true board and batten.
I like how he didn't even ask me.
Yeah, me
Didn't
either.
ask you what?
I mean, who gardens more than I do?
That's
Just
true.
like, it's okay because I don't have room for it, but I would have been nice to be asked.
Yeah. Even a half size for Ingrid. I bet you could make a mini.
It's fine.
People want to see a picture.
I'm fine. I still have my old roof, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have it all in SketchUp, and
We'll have to show it. We'll debut it when we come back,
okay, we'll debut it when we come back.
and it is a good price.
And Jimmy's watching. So he's oiling it. It's gorgeous. Oh my God, so beautiful. And I'm assuming Jimmy's watching. If he can send me a picture of it, I could probably share it real quick. I mean, isn't that great? Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, those parts leaned up against something are beautiful.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, am I really this bad? I keep you guys all out of the loop this bad.
We can discuss that at the meeting. It's going to be televised.
Oh my gosh, hold on. What did we forget? What did we forget here, Kristen? Hold on, where is it? Kristen and I went on a field trip and got some video footage. It's ridiculous. Do you remember? This will be coming out soon.
Oh.
We did a video of Kristen's, one of her favorite hobbies, going around stealing people's leaves out of their
Yeah.
front yard and dumping them, and the chickens just absolutely loved it. We did a little behind the scenes video of doing that. It was ridiculous. She made me feel like we're stealing them. But people aren't backing up their
did.
leaves nearly as much as they used to. They just put them out by the road, and they're coming around and sucking them up.
Yeah, that's a little disappointing.
Oh, it sucks.
I've
We
been
couldn't-
driving around all fall. I haven't found...
Yeah, we only found, what, 1 bag or 2 bags that day?
Well, the city of Raleigh does not let you put them in plastic bags anymore.
Yeah.
So they have these yard waste bins. So you can use paper bags or the yard waste. And it's like people are going nuts over it. And we're like, just leave the leaves. But
Or they throw them in the street. I mean,
yes, and they're not supposed to because it's dangerous. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to throw them on their, like, the edge of their property. But people get all...
All right, Ingrid, can we do this real quick? I'm going
Yeah.
to mail you. How can I? Oh, wait a minute.
Why don't you airdrop it onto this computer? Can you do that? There we go.
There it is.
See, look at me using Mac terms.
So this is in the shop, and so this is in the shop. This is not finished. So the boards aren't even on it, but you guys get. Oh,
All right. Well, you did it. So
I
there
did
we
it. Hold
go.
on. Let me see if I can find another picture.
That gives us an idea, though. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It does look good, but the boards are not on.
You mean the battens?
You are correct. It's not. The battens are not on the boards, but here's a front shot
Right,
of
you
the
can't
Dutch
see
door.
it. How come you're not seeing it?
You just gotta.
Because I just did it on top of this. What?
Well, here we'll do this. We'll do this. All right, hold on. All right, so if you guys really want to see it, stay tuned here. Give me a second. Let's see, main page.
Yeah.
How's that? Okay, so we're at the main page. Where were those pictures? It goes into
It just,
downloads.
yeah, I just clicked it.
So we're gonna go
It's
here,
right there.
and all we got to do is this. See, the beauty of Macs
Oh yeah, you drag.
is you don't
it.
have to work so hard. Oh! I didn't even spot that. Look at
Yeah,
Eric's
Eric.
hiding in. So there is the greenhouse, the front of it, and this is in during production as we're kitting everything and make sure it's all full knockdown. But it's true board and batten. We custom made trim around the top here. It's nice and clean. All this is poly. Everything you see is poly, cut on the CNC. I figured a Dutch door would be nice. And 12-12 pitch. And look at it, it's also notched. So we don't have the purlins on yet, but it's just like our Coops with the roofing system. It's awesome.
It looks great.
Thank you. And we got it so it can all go flat stacked on a 4x7 pallet, which should not be a problem at all with the shipping companies, according to what they've told us. Make
Good.
sense? Cool. So there's a little sneak peek at the greenhouse. It is beautiful.
Okay.
And if we have guinea pigs, let me know. Let me know. Let me
Oh,
know.
yeah.
What? Well, no, they have to pay
Me?
for it.
Me?
You're going to work it off?
Yeah.
All right. We're at the end of the comments. We covered a lot. Is there anything else you want to cover before you go?
Yeah, so we might do a Crespo show while you're away. We may not.
We might wait.
Otherwise, season 3 will be in the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're thinking probably March.
All right, so we'll do chick hatching, the usual chick shows.
We're gonna be getting a lot of footage when I'm out on the road.
Good.
Yeah, so you might pop up live.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop up live as much as I can.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
I do love to do that, but the signal just never works out that well. It's kind of a bummer.
So you'll be at Shelly's Coop would be great for you to be live.
Oh yeah, and I've gone live there before, and I think it's
Yeah.
worked. I'm sure it's probably better now. And she's got the goose house. I can't wait to follow up and see that. There's a lot of things I want to go do, and they just finished that other goose house along with the Carolina Coop out in Tennessee. That's going to be stained. He's going to have his builder stain it so it matches his house, which was definitely the right call.
Did I
there.
see that?
You should have this morning. They
Is
uploaded
that what
all
that
the
was
pictures.
about?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So, are we going to include the henhouse wooden manual door, or is it still going to be an option?
Option.
I'm gonna say option.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, but I tell you, it is nice to hear even our customers and our viewers say, no, don't add it, don't increase the price if you don't have to. Done. Oh, now I can breathe. It's time to end the show.
Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, guys, we have missed
Especially
you.
short
We have
notice.
missed you. Thank you for being here, Ingrid, everyone, Kristen. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully, I'll see you guys very soon, but definitely March. Later.
Yes. Bye. Love your chickens and each other.
Oh, yeah. Remember that one, Kristen?